We're recording.
All right.
Safety zone. What's up, trigger pullers? Thanks for swinging by. I sure do appreciate it. If this is your first time with Fit and Fire, thanks for checking things out. That is pretty cool. You didn't have to click on this video, but you did, and that is awesome. If you don't already know, fitandfire.com is up and running. That's my website to supplement everything I'm doing with my YouTube channel. And I also have shirts from Revolutionary Patriot. This is my Freedom Through Strength shirt, so by all means check those out. I have links down in the description below. Okay, let's get into it. We are talking about the G2C, and I think it's about time to go ahead and put a nail in the coffin for this review series before you guys put me in my coffin with the way the comments are going from the last video. So I have been able to run 1,000 rounds through the Taurus G2C, and I think that this gives me a pretty good benchmark to have an opinion about this pistol. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and take a moment, go get a pen and paper and jot down some notes here. First and foremost, I'd like you guys to write down the fact that these are my opinions. These are just my opinions about this pistol, about this sample size of one. So before you guys go down into the comment section and start trying to rip me a new one, just realize that these are my opinions. And if you have reasons why you disagree with me, by all means share those with you and we can have a conversation. I will freely admit that my last video was not my best argument of the reasons why I don't like the Taurus G2C, and we'll kind of get into some of those reasons and whether or not I was wrong or right about those, and just kind of give you my perspective about things. But let's get into it and let's talk about what have I experienced with this pistol after 1,000 rounds. And the major question is, would I recommend this pistol to other people? And the answer to that is yeah, but no. I hate to be so ambiguous about it, but realistically, there's a number of different things that you have to take into consideration. Mainly, who are you recommending it to? What are they looking for? What are some of the features that they need? Are they right-handed? Are they left-handed? Do they have $400 to spend, or do they have $250 to spend? Do they have more money to spend? Who knows? Those are some of the different questions that I would ask before I recommend any pistol, regardless, especially this one. But let's first talk about the reasons why I would recommend this pistol. And the first and foremost is that it's been extremely reliable. I've only had one major malfunction from that, and it could have been the gun, but more than likely the comment section is going to say that it was my limp wrist. Either way, it doesn't matter. I've only had one major malfunction. It was a simple tap rack on a stovepipe, and I was good to go. Now, that stovepipe was something I've never seen before because it was kind of a failure to eject, and it then got crushed by the slide in the barrel. You know, I've never seen a malfunction like that, but at the end of the day, tap rack cleared, no other problems. I did have a few rounds that were a failure to fire. Again, tap rack, but I did pick those rounds up, fed them back through, and they were good to go. Fired no problem. So, surprisingly enough, I am shocked that the G2C has ran extremely well over the last 1,000 rounds. Naturally, I am biased against Taurus, and we'll get into the reasons why, but this sample size of one has been extremely reliable. So I would recommend it based on solely that reason. Couple that with the fact that it has a low price tag, a decent trigger, second strike capabilities, and an improved ability to eat up any type of ammunition in comparison to the PT-111 G2 or the PT-111, and you have a really good baseline polymer striker fired pistol in comparison to, say, like the M&P Shield, M&P 9, Glocks, so on and so forth, right? Okay, so here is one of the reasons why you're going to need that pen and paper once again, and I'm going to have to freely admit that I was wrong on the availability of holsters for this pistol. I did a simple Google search. I should have done a little bit further research than what I did, but I only came up with a few manufacturers that I had heard about. We the People, Alien Gear, and I can't remember one other one. Wolf Hollow Tactical, that's one of the holster manufacturers that I use a lot of their stuff from. But I did get called out on that in my last video, and you know, to be honest with you guys, I appreciate it. I surely do. If I'm wrong about something, by all means, call me out on it, and I'll learn, and hopefully we'll do more research in the future to ensure that I don't need to be called out. But you guys did. Appreciate it. I was wrong. We can move forward on that. But one of the viewers even said that Safariland offers a holster for this pistol. That is one of the manufacturers that I absolutely love. If I am asked for a holster, recommendation, I usually say Safariland first and foremost, depending on what they're looking for. Wolf Hollow Tactical would be my very close number 2 if they're looking for a good concealment holster. But Safariland offers a level 2 retention holster for this pistol and 28 other pistols as well. It's a universal holster, and it has a level 2 retention, so that's pretty nice. And again, I do appreciate you guys sharing some of the different holsters in the comments of my last video, so thanks for that. Again, the aftermarket is still relegated to Lakeland LLC. I do know that there are other websites out there that you can buy aftermarket stuff for this, but I also got called out on that and said, why would you upgrade, or why would you want aftermarket parts for a $200 pistol? And I'll give you that. That's actually a good point. Why would you? But at the end of the day, I think that gun people are like car guys or car people, right? We like to tinker. We like to make our pistols our own. Just like our cars, we like to upgrade and tweak and make it our own as well. Why would I want to do it if I'm only spending X number of dollars? Because I want to. Just like you guys, if you want to upgrade this pistol, you can. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of manufacturers that have put a lot of R&D into doing upgrades for this pistol, because a lot of manufacturers don't have confidence in Taurus. Maybe that'll change in the future, but currently the one hub that you're going to find aftermarket products for this is going to be Lakeland LLC. So let's talk about the reasons why I would not recommend this pistol, and I have 2 major reasons why. Number 1 is it's a Taurus. I made that point in my last video and I stand by it. I am not a huge fan of Taurus because of their reliability and safety issues over the last 15 to 20 years. Taurus has not had a very good name when it comes to their semi-auto pistols, and that is a major no for a lot of people. I'm not the only one that has talked about that. The Gun Collective has a video on it. I've got it right here. You guys can check it out in the link below. And then Poe Performance has a video on that as well. He did that one here recently, made up some really good points of why. Again, I'll have a link to that video in the description below as well. I encourage you guys to listen to what they have to say. But one of the major reasons why I don't recommend this pistol is because of Taurus's track record when it comes to the recall of the PT 24/7, the $38 million class action lawsuit that they lost, or the fact that they went through and fired a whole bunch of people and then hired new people to kind of turn the company around. That doesn't bode very well when it comes to confidence in a manufacturer, right? So that's kind of the number 1 reasons why I wouldn't recommend Taurus to a lot of people. But at the end of the day, this sample size of one has been reliable, and I hope that the G2C is a step forward in changing my mind. Hopefully they'll have newer pistols that are just as good. And if that is what changes my mind, great. We'll go with that. The second reason why I wouldn't recommend this pistol is the sights. The sights are still not very enjoyable for me. They work for a lot of you, and I say great, but For me personally, I'm not getting the accuracy out of this pistol that I would like from a EDC style pistol. And that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't recommend this for everyday carry. Now, a lot of you have called me out and said, well, it's not the sights, it's the shooter. And you know what? Maybe you're right. But I decided to go ahead and compare this with my EDC that I normally carry, which is the P365. And before we get into the, oh, you're dogging on the G2C, but you carry a P365 and it's got problems, I'll give it to you this way. Taurus has a very bad track record when it comes to quality. SIG doesn't have a bad track record when it comes to quality up until the P320 and the P365. However, the sample size of one that I have when it comes to the P365 has run flawlessly, no issues, no rounds that have not fired, no ejection problems, no issues, no malfunctions whatsoever. Same with this one. This one has been very reliable as well. So why would I carry one over the other? And it becomes the point of the track record of the company. Taurus doesn't have a very good track record, SIG does. That's the reason why I carry it. You can agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. But when it comes to the accuracy and the sights of these two pistols, as you can see, the Taurus just is not getting the accuracy that I would like in a EDC or a CCW pistol, whereas the P365, as you can see, is having a lot better accuracy at 7 yards, 10 rounds each, and I'm just better with the P365, so that's why I carry that on a daily basis. It could work for you just fine, and if it does, great, run with it. I'm going to support you 100%. For me, and what I would recommend people for a EDC or CCW or nightstand, this is not going to be it. But you know what? I have it in my inventory, so if I'm going to take a new shooter out, I'll let them try it to see what they think. I'll let them try some of my other pistols, and if they like this one at the end of the day, great. We're going to go and we're going to walk through the process of buying a G2C. So in the end, was I wrong about the Taurus G2C? Yes, I will freely admit that I was wrong about its reliability. It has been far more reliable than I expected it to. However, would I recommend it? It depends on the individual. If you have the ability to save a little extra money from the swear jar and maybe have an additional $50 to $100 to spend on a pistol, then I think that there would be other other pistols out there from better manufacturers than the Taurus G2C. Those pistols may be the Ruger LC9S, the Canik TP9SF, the Smith & Wesson Shield, the Smith & Wesson M&P 9 2.0 compact with the 3.6 inch barrel. that's a lot, but those are some of the other manufacturers that I would recommend if an individual is able to save $50, $100, $200 more. That's what I would recommend instead of this. However, if you're strapped for cash, I think this is going to be the best budget pistol on the market today in comparison to the Sky CPX9 or a High Point C9, right? This is going to be a lot better between those three pistols for about the same amount of money. So there you have it. There is my final opinions on the Taurus G2C. Like it, love it, leave it, it doesn't matter to me. But if you guys are interested, I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And my question to you is, do you trust Taurus as a name brand? Sound off in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think of Taurus? That's really all I got this time. Thanks so much for swinging by. I always appreciate it. I also appreciate all my Patreon and PayPal contributors. That is huge for the channel, and thank you so very much. As always, I've got a high five coming for you. Freedom through strength. Here we go, guys. Bye, y'all.